What's going on, my squad, all my people? So it's been a crazy end of the week, or I guess it's still, end of the week. I guess middle of the week, whatever, happened with all this Code Vein news and stuff. You start out by not knowing anything and then gradually getting more information. So I was initially thinking that, because they said that a proper announcement was going to be happening today, the 20th. So I was thinking it was going to be a trailer of some sort, but it was actually just the launching of the Code Vein website, which I will have a link in the description. And in this website, you'll be able to see high definition, high quality screenshots, the ones that I showed you in my video yesterday. So if you want to, and there's a few more too that are in there, and then it gives you a little bit of overview. It says game overview and key features. So I'll have that link in the description, so be sure to check that out right now. But before we move off of the topic for Code Vein, because they stated that they will be showing us our first gameplay in the beginning of May. So from now until then, we probably won't have much to talk about. So before we get off this topic for a little bit, I wanted to address a few things and just speculate on stuff and just basically have a little bit of a review of all the stuff that we've heard so far. So yeah, let's get into it. So for the first thing, all right, so we're just gonna talk about what we know so far. I think before I say anything, it needs to be addressed that this game is not gonna be anything like Dark Souls, guys. I've seen too many people thinking Dark Souls just because of that teaser trailer where it said prepare to dine. Like, I didn't think it's crazy. That was not the first thing I thought about when I saw that, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that is, they say prepare to die or something like that in Dark Souls. So I guess I could see where y'all getting that from, but just want to point that out real quick. This is nothing like Dark Souls. Get that out of your head. So basically what we know so far is that Code Vein is a dramatic exploration RPG, and they like to say, they were saying hard style before, so but they haven't said that much ever since the beginning when they were talking about it. But basically it's going to be an RPG and very, very story driven. Now, if we know what God Eater developers like, and that's a story, you know, God Eater was very, very story driven. But the thing is with that, I think it didn't work out too well, mainly because it was a hunting game, and hunting games usually don't have such intense stories like that because like you're not doing much. It just gets repetitive in a sense. So it's like, I feel like this is going to be so good because they can finally give us an amazing story with also amazing combat, amazing just everything else basically, because it's not, you know, it's not going to be repetitive. We're going to be going through dungeons and stuff like that, and that's, you know, that's the main thing, you know. Now in terms of specifics, we have things like blood veils, tempered bloods, and gifts. So blood veils are, I'm not sure how to explain it, but it says it's original equipment that Revenants use, and so it can be many different things. So I think you can then pick which blood veil you want to use, because there's some that's going to be like the little tail from that girl. There's some that's going to be a little gauntlet on your hand, like type thing. So it's going to be very different things, and that's going to be how you, I think it's going to be like a finishing move, because that's what you do whenever you want to suck the blood of the enemy. And I feel like sucking the blood is after you've beat them up enough so that you can do that, so they're vulnerable. So this reminds me of something like Soul Sacrifice. After you've beaten the enemies, you then can either sacrifice them, save them, or neutral, leave them to fate. You know, that was in Delta, but that type of thing. Obviously maybe it's not going to be like a option type thing, like you'll just be able to finish them off with a blood veil at the end. So I think this is going to be a very engaging combat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so excited for that, because, you know what I'm saying, oh my god, like it's basically, oh my god, just think about God Eater developers making God Eater but in a modern time, and this is what's happening. Code Veil is that child, that product, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be such a unique combat system, just like how God Eater was. You know, no game is like God Eater in a sense. There's like nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So this is going to be another very unique game. I'm so excited. And then it says these things called gifts is Revenant's special abilities that manifest various battle effects using the absorbed blood of enemies. So I think what's going to happen is there's going to be many different enemies in this game, and they're all going to give you some type of different gift. And because these gifts can have various effects, including direct attacks on enemies, self-strengthening, and weakening the enemy. So it can do a lot of different stuff. Like, just think about that, you know what I'm saying? You could either make you like speed you up, or you can like save it and use it as like a special attack, kind of like whenever you devour different origamis in God Eater, and then the gun can shoot different things after you've devoured it, depending on what what you just devoured. You know, you have those special bullets. So that's what basically a gift is. So you can already tell this game is molded a lot by God Eater. So gonna have a lot of different like aspects of God Eater put into this game basically, but it's not going to be the same thing, but it's just the ideas are there basically. So literally, like I said, it's going to be a modern day God Eater, you know, so that makes me so excited, bro, so excited. That's kind of what we're looking for in God Eater 3. So now it really makes me think what's going to happen in God Eater 3, but that's a topic for another day. In terms of the weapons, it's going to have things like swords, bayonets, halberds, hammers. You know, we've seen a couple of these weapons, and I'm not worried about how the weapons are going to be. I think they're going to be great. I think it's going to be awesome. And it says by combining these weapons with blood veils, you can construct your own battle style with a high degree of freedom. It's going to be a very story-driven, action-packed RPG game, bro. This game is going to be amazing. Now, the next thing I want to address is the consoles that this might hit. So it keeps saying that it's going to be on a console. It keeps saying that, you know, that's all it's saying. So basically, Nintendo Switch is the only other console that this game could possibly come out on besides PS4. We already know that God Eater is only on PS4 and PC, so it's definitely not going to make its way to Xbox. I don't think anybody from Xbox would even want to play this game, you know what I'm saying? If you're an only Xbox owner, you probably don't want to you don't care for this game at all. You know, Bandai Namco doesn't really even make games for Xbox all that much, you know, other than, of course, like Dark Souls. But besides that, all of its like anime stuff does almost never reaches Xbox, of course, besides also, you know, things like Naruto and stuff. But you get what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm saying? That the lower stuff doesn't really reach Xbox. And the reason why I'm thinking Switch is because it's like this, if the Vita wasn't so dead right now, it would definitely be coming to the Vita. But the thing is, it is that dead, you know what I'm saying? So it's a game that's probably gonna fit very well on handhelds, you know, and the only other handheld in the market that could handle this is the Nintendo Switch. Yes, I'm calling it a handheld because the thing is basically a handheld, so shut up, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is basically a handheld. So, and like I said, no other console would really need this. It really would see this no other console would this game prosper on besides the PS4. So this is most likely going to be a PS4/Switch game. One of the first of many games that are going to be like that. Okay, so that is very exciting, and I think when I do get my Switch, I would honestly cop this on the Switch because I would like to play it on the go. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even depending on the multiplayer and stuff, maybe double dip on the PS4 version, but I can see myself getting the Switch version for this game. So yeah, so we can discuss that in the comments below, but I think that's what's gonna happen. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, again, God Eater home on PlayStation, and I just think there's too much going on with this game for it to fit on the Vita. I just think that's too much happening. If you look at the graphics, honestly, Unreal Engine 4, like we talked about in the very first video, you know, do not think it's gonna be coming to the Vita. So that's tragic, but at least it is coming to the Switch. So we all gotta start converting to Switch, man. We all do, you know. So yeah. And the last but not least, something that I'm seeing so much in the comments of my other two videos is people are talking about hunting, basically categorizing this as a hunting genre, like a Monster Hunter or a God Eater or a Taokiden in a sense. This is not a Monster Hunter game, guys. This is not going to be the whole hub world type thing. I mean, you might have a hub world that you go to, but like it's not going to be focused on just hunting certain monsters, guys. This is an action RPG. We're gonna be upgrading. I mean, because God Eater is also like an RPG in a sense, but when I say RPG, I'm talking about a standard RPG, like a Dark Souls. You know, I don't like to categorize this game as Dark Souls either because this is not going to be a Souls game, guys. This is its own action RPG. So basically, I'm thinking of something like Nier. Honestly, Nier or Tales of Berseria in a sense as well. Just take away the turn-basedness of the combat in a sense. You know, this is going to be a Nier type of game where, you know, it's full-on action RPG. You know, you're running around. It says it in these interviews and whatnot, that all the news information we began, it talks about dungeons. You know, Monster Hunter games, there's no dungeons, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a RPG type of thing. This is going to be an RPG. You're gonna be dungeoning, you're gonna be fighting little monsters, you're gonna be little bosses you'll be fighting, you know. Like I said, think about it as Nier. Nier Automata is a very perfect example of what kind of you should expect. Now, of course, the combat is what's going to be interesting, and that's what we're all waiting to see, because right now, the information we have right now, it's going to be a lit game. You know, that's no questions about that. So now all we need to do is wait for gameplay. So like I said, beginning of May we should be getting this gameplay, so be sure to subscribe here if you want to see that. I'll probably have a live reaction once that trailer drops, and I'm definitely going to be doing that as ASAP as soon as I see that shit. So definitely be sure to subscribe if you are interested in this game and any other games like Persona, Nintendo Switch, Vita, PS4, all that type of stuff, guys. I do all that. Welcome if you are new, because my last video about the first screenshot is getting a lot of traction, so I'm seeing a lot of new people in my comment section. So if you are new, I welcome you and I hope you stay for a while. Other than that, that's all I gotta say. Let me know your thoughts about this game so far in the comments below. Like I said, it is sounding and looking so promising. The outfits look amazing. Like I'm so excited because it's such a unique title right now. This is like one of the first new games God Eater developers have done in such a long time. You know what I mean? So it's going to be so awesome to see what they can do in this day and age. So other than that, that's all I gotta say. Like I said, be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video. And other than that, I will see you. I keep saying other than that. That's pacing me up. But I will say it again. Besides that, I will see you guys in the next video. I got some stuff I'm working on, a lot of good topic videos I'm working on. I think you guys are gonna like them, so stay tuned. Other than that, that's all I gotta say, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. You see, I'm waiting and they hating, and I'm sipping on my tea. Bad bitch walking past, may I stop you, please? And I'm hungry as a bitch, but this life ain't free. If I'm trying to get this money, I can't really shake a tree. I be working, it's a 3:15. When I stop